is Friday, October 17th, and you may or may not know what that means, but it is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host with the most, with the dream, Jeremy Pierce. Welcome one and all. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, WrestleDream, is going down this weekend. AEW is bringing us one of their newer pay-per-view events. I believe this is the third WrestleDream. And we're going to preview the card, go over everything, you know how we do. But for now, you know what's next, so just go on and hit my music. All right, so with WrestleDream, as always, this is a new tradition, and it is held in honor of the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Antonio Inoki, who died on October 1st, 2022. So let's look at last year's show, and it was a fairly eventful show. First, we had 4 matches on the pre-show. We had Brian Cage defeat Atlantis Jr., winning the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, and the Jay defeated Harley Cameron. My, how 1 year. A lot changes in AEW with 1 year. Anna and Harley went from fighting each other to being best friends and tag team partners. Like, it's crazy. Then we had the Acclaim defeat MXM Collection. This was with Rico in the corner of MXM. Great right there. And in an 8-man tag team match, the Conglomeration and the Outrunners, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly representing the Conglomeration, defeated the Dark Order, team up Alex Reynolds and John Silver, and the Premier Athletes Daivari and Tony Nese. On to the main card. The opening contest was Jay White defeating Hangman Adam Page. Then we have Mariah May defeat Willow, Nightingale, retaining the AEW Women's Championship. Jack Perry defeated Shibata, retaining the TNT Championship. Takeshita defeated Will Ospreay to win the International Championship. Hologram defeated the Beast, the Mortos, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I do not remember that match at all. Darby Allin defeated Brody King. The Young Bucks defeated Private Party to retain the Tag Team Championship. Mark Briscoe defeated Chris Jericho to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. And Jon Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson to become the new World Champion, sparking the Death Riders takeover of AEW. So with all of that being said, let's go to the 2025 show. We're going down this Saturday at the Chaifetz Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. They go to this arena a lot, but let's take a look at the card. We got 4 matches on the pre-show. First, we have FTR taking on JetSpeed. The one thing I love about AEW, well, one of the many things I love about AEW, is that they are not afraid to give you matches on the pre-show that have story behind them. And every match on this pre-show has a story behind them. So FTR and JetSpeed have been going at it. This is kind of like the next stepping stone for the Tag Team Championship. I'm going to go with FTR to defeat JetSpeed here. Then we have Eddie Kingston and Hook having pretty much an open challenge. We don't know who they are facing, but I'm still going to take Eddie Kingston and Hook. Then we have Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale taking on apparently the Divine Vanity. I didn't know that was their team name, of the team of Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. This match right here is a straight up toss up. Looks like Willow and Harley will be be a tag team now, going to whatever tournament, whatever, to determine the champions. The first ever women's tag team champions, and Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford are our team. They're probably the second best team in the women's division right now, sitting only behind TJ. And since they are the team here, I'm going to take them to defeat Harley and Willow. And I think this is going to spark a move forward with a feud between these 4 ladies as we get ready to crown those champions. And then we have the team of Roderick Strong teaming up with the Conglomeration, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Tomohiro Ishii, taking on the Death Riders, everybody but Mox and Marina. And this is going to be a nice fun, brutal match, but take the Death Riders to win here. Then we have, ladies and gentlemen, our main card. I think we have 8 matches on the main card. So first up, we have round 3 of the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand, and this is a Tornado Trios match. Now, remember, the Hurt Syndicate won the street fight 2 weeks ago on Dynamite, and then this past week, the Gates of Agony defeated the Hurt Syndicate with some help from their fellow team member, Ricochet. And with this being a Tornado Trios tag team match, I expect this drawn to be quite fun. I don't know who to pick here. So, like, whoever wins this match needs to be going after gold again. So if the Hurt Syndicate win, and I don't think MVP is going to be wrestling a lot, so that's why this is our Tornado Trios match, then they need to go back for the tag team championship, which is being held by Brodido. And if the man win, they definitely need to go after the Trios championship. And I think the Hurt Syndicate can be the team to suffer a loss here. They're now part of that special grouping of individuals in professional wrestling where they can lose a match and outwardly not be hurt by it, because they are so goddamn cool and legit. A loss here won't hurt them, and a win here will only help the Demand, especially because I think they should probably be the next challengers for the Trios Championship. So I'm taking the Demand to win here in this Tornado Trios match. The Hurt Syndicate will be fine, but Ricochet and the Gates of Agony need to come out of this one on top. Then we have a singles match. This is the first one of the few non-women's title matches on the AEW card that's since the company started. So we have Jamie Hayter versus Thekla, and I'm happy this match is here. Both women are definitely looking for some momentum because they are going to be coming for the not the tag team champion, the AEW Women's Championship. Thekla attacked Jamie because, she was just there. I mean, Jamie got, came back and did her thing, but Thekla was kicked out of New Japan and Stardom. It has pretty much been a thorn in Jamie Hayter's side ever since coming to AEW. First it was Queen Aminata, and they had their beef, and now, it's on site. Thekla has 2 main rivals right now, Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata, and she is backed by her Triangle of Madness teammates Sky Blue and Julia Hart. And I know that Jamie Hayter has friends here, but I think we've got to go for just a little bit more with Thekla, and I think with her winning this match, she would probably be next in line for a shot at the Women's Championship, because Chris and Tony are both faces. Jamie is, she's getting all of that momentum back, coming back from her second injury, and we're also leading up to Blood and Guts, and I think that's where the faces, ultimately whatever the team is, will prevail. I just see the heels going on a roll at the moment, so I'm going to take Thekla to win here, and she'll be next in line for a shot at the Women's World Championship. Then we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line, as Brodido will be defending against the team of Kazuchika Okada, the current unified champion, and Konosuke Takeshita, the new New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP World Champion. And this is definitely going to be a fun match. The story truly here is the ongoing tension between Okada and Takeshita, and eventually Takeshita leaving the Don Callis family. Brodido have been a fantastic tag team. I believe this is their second or third defense, and going up against a squad like Okada and Takeshita plays into their favor. Now, we got here because Takeshita and Okada won a double Jeopardy match, meaning since they pinned the champions, they get a tag team title shot. And Bandido is dealing with the shoulder injury, so we need to see how that plays in here. But I think ultimately, Brodido wins here just because I think the beef, the tension between Okada and Takeshita is going to what deals them in, especially with Takeshita, being the new IWGP champion, a belt, holding that belt, a belt that Okada has held on many occasions, and jealousy gets the better of all of us. Then we have Kyle Fletcher defending the TNT Championship against Mark Briscoe. This is their 5th encounter. The series is tied at 2 matches apiece, and this, ladies and gentlemen, I think might be the best match that they will give us. If this match happened 2-3 months ago, right, I would say take Kyle Fletcher. I would say that with every fiber of my being. But Mark Briscoe has been on a roll winning the big matches, and you have to capitalize on him defeating MJF. And I know we're solidifying Kyle Fletcher, and I think he is. And here's the thing: you don't want to have him. You don't want to give him back-to-back losses, especially after main eventing all. Was All Out? Was All Out the previous show? I'm pretty sure it was All Out. Yeah, main eventing All Out versus Hangman. So he's got to get a rebound. Now he has picked up some W's since then, but part of me is like, yo, we have to crown Mark Briscoe. And these two dudes have been beefing for a while. And the blatant disrespect to Mark Briscoe is astounding to me. Like, what are we doing here? So I'm going to go out on a limb and take Mark Briscoe to win here. Will he have a long reign? I don't know. Will he have a good reign? Yes, it's time to crown our boy. So take Mark Briscoe to become your new TNT champion. Then we have the Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks in a $500,000 cash prize match. And this match is twofold. So this goes back to probably about a year ago. Jack Perry was taken out after losing the TNT Championship. Totally forgot he was TNT champion. I don't even remember who beat him for the TNT Championship. It was Adam Cole. I had to think about that. It was Adam Cole. So after falling out of favor with the Elite for some reason, they just kind of ignored him. And he said, listen, I will always love you. I will always have respect for you. You guys had my back. But there came a time where you recently didn't have my back. So I had to go back into my past and go re-team up with someone that has had my back, and that's how we have the Jurassic Express back again. On the other side of the token, the Young Bucks are broke. They lost their EVP titles, and they've been losing money. They finally got some money, and then it was blown at the casino. So they went to Tony Khan begging for a money match, and AEW does these money matches a lot. So the winner of this match gets $500,000. So we got the broke Bucks. This is tough because how low can you have the Young Bucks go? You know what I mean? Like, this reminds me of, remember bum ass Baron Corbin? He went low, and they didn't go all in with bum ass Baron Corbin. They should have went all in with bum ass Baron Corbin. But the Young Bucks have really done a fine job of showing just how downtrodden they are. They get this wrestling thing. Now, this is only the second match back for the Jurassic Express teaming up, so you want to give them a win, right? But you also kind of want to see the Young Bucks go up through their up and downs. Digressing, I'm gonna take the Jurassic Express to win here, give them their first true win back against a bona fide team like the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks will be back on top, and it will lead to a face turn for them, but take the Jurassic Express here, becoming another worthy challenger for the Tag Team Championship. Then we have Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. Jeez, that shows you how connected they are. Chris Statlander and Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Chris Statlander defending the championship against the former champion. Chris won this back at All Out in a fatal 4-way. It was her, Jamie, Thekla, and Toni. I believe she pinned Toni in the match. And Toni's like, all right, you beat me. You beat everybody. But can you do it one-on-one? And this feud is essentially Toni and Chris are just really, really gay for each other. And I'm all here for it. The heat, the passion they have for each other for love, but also for fighting is very, very intense. And every time they have an interview, it ends with them like, are you ready to do this? We're just gonna knuckle. And I'm all for it. And this has been a crowning moment for Chris Statlander. I told you where I think the championship is going to go to next, and we're going to keep that, you know what I mean? But Chris and Toni are going to have some fun. This is going to be the first time for them wrestling each other one-on-one. That's really, really interesting. So it's a toss. Chris is winning this match, you know what I mean? Chris is winning this match, and is going to solidify. She's already been solidified. She's the first woman to be both TBS and AEW Women's Champion. She's the first to ever do it. So her and Toni are going to have a fine match. Where will Toni go next? You always got to think about the aftermath of these matches. How far will Toni Storm fall? Where will she go? Maybe she goes back into a tag team with Mini Shirakawa and go after the tag team championship. So we'll see, but I like Chris Statlander to win this match. Then we have, which I don't think will be the main event, Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW Men's World Championship against Samoa Joe. And 2 weeks ago, they pretty much solidified this match. The reasoning for it, and it was really quick. Who had Hangman versus Joe on their bingo card for a pay-per-view match? Hangman's like, look, Joe, I respect you. We all respect you. You helped me fend off the Death Riders and helped me get this championship into my hands. That's why I am gifting you this match, not as disrespect, as respect for you. I owe you. So this is a thank you. And Joe's like, you're a pretender. You know what I mean? I'm going to choke you out. I gotta prove that you are who I think you are. And Hangman's saying, hey, why does everybody keep saying I'm a pretender? I've proven it time and time and time again. So this has the potential to be the match of the evening. Well, actually, honestly, every match on this card has the potential to be the match of the evening, just because this is a really, really solid card. This is a really strong card. So Hangman and Joe will probably go 25 minutes. This is going to be really, really good. And this is going to be another win for Hangman to solidify himself. Again, because he has to, for some reason, keep doing this, keep proving himself, but take Hangman Adam Page to win here. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, which I think will be the main event, Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in an I Quit match. And what makes this match so interesting is because neither men have the capacity to quit. They have proven it time and time again that these may be the two toughest dudes in all of AEW. And we thought that their previous match was intense. Their these type of stipulation matches usually end feuds, and you think a coffin match would end this feud, but no. Now we're here with an I Quit match, and that beautiful segment they did this past week on Dynamite, shot beautifully, laid everything on the line, and just, put their emotions out there, was really, really good. And if you weren't sold on this match, that sold you on the match. So the real question is, what will these dudes do? And please don't die, because this is going to be very, very intense. This is going to be very, very brutal. And AEW's already had some brutal matches this year. We had, the lights out steel cage match. We had the coffin match. We had the Hollywood ending. We've had a couple street fights. So Mox and Darby know how to turn it up. And the only way for this match to end is for Darby to impress Mox. And Darby's gotta win this match. How he'll make Mox say I quit, I do not know. I cannot predict that. I have no idea how that's going to happen. But he's going to make Mox say I quit, and Darby will be once again on top of the mountain. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's go through this card. On the pre-show, the Tailgate take FTR to defeat JetSpeed, take Eddie Kingston and Hook to defeat whoever steps up to challenge them, take the Divine Vanity, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford to defeat Willow and Harley, and then take the Death Riders to defeat Roderick Strong and the Conglomeration. On the main card, take the Demand to defeat the Hurt Syndicate, take Thekla to defeat Jamie Hayter, Brodido to retain the Tag Team Championship over Konosuke, Takeshita, and Kazuchika Okada, take Mark Briscoe to defeat Kyle Fletcher to become the new AEW TNT champion, take Jurassic Express to defeat the Young Bucks, Chris Statlander to defeat Tony Storm, retaining the AEW Women's World Championship, Hangman Adam Page to defeat Samoa Joe, retaining the AEW Men's World Championship, and Darby Allin over Jon Moxley in an I Quit match. Don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to make Moxley quit. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen, we got coming up. Well, I think we got some stuff coming up. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Priscilla Kelly, Isla Dawn, Bailey, and J. Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale. Holla at your boy. Peace.